What up, freaks? How you doing? Doing another action figure review. Today we're doing Marvel Legends X-Men Marvel's Nemesis Wave Nightcrawler action figure review. Got a little shot here. Looks like from an issue of X-Force. This Nightcrawler, from my understanding, is the Nightcrawler from Age of Apocalypse. You'll see that on his face here. He's got those red marks. Definitely reuse of, I would say, both body from the X-Men 97 Nightcrawler and the heads from the previous offerings of the Marvel Legends. We get the back piece as well as the helmet for Nemesis, a sword, and I think at least one pair of fist hands, and then I guess just one more of these. We got the clasping hands. Hopefully he holds the sword a lot better than previous offerings. On the back here, we got the rest of the wave. We got the Nemesis Build-A-Figure. We got a little reader here. The teleporting mutant Nightcrawler joins forces with the X-Force team in order to hunt down his enemies. Cool piece of little art there with him teleporting with a sword. Nightcrawler barcode, got it at GameStop, obviously. Let's open this bad boy up. All right, we got Nightcrawler, or Kurt, out of the box. We're gonna skip the plastic prison segment and go to the Build-A-Figure. So we get these two pieces. Really liking this a lot. I like the orange fog glass here. It looks like metal, and it's all banged up, and it's got kind of a shell look to it, but it almost looks like copper, and it's got little dents and shit in it. It's really cool. This is wicked. And then you got his little back plate with his two, whatever these things are. They probably attract some kind of energy and powers the suit. I can't remember how it went, but looks pretty cool nonetheless. Let's bring in Nemesis now. Now this takes a little work. I tried plugging him in earlier so I don't embarrass myself here too badly, but it takes a little pushing. See that gap there? You just got there we go. It's not too bad. Then you take these hoses off to the side, plug them into the ports here. Easily. So you got that, and then you got the helmet that has to, I think, slide underneath this little, I think this is like his regulator. He's got the kind of air thing that comes in, and I guess he still has to breathe air even though he's a skeleton. And then you got these two prongs here, and then the two holes that match up with them, and you slide this guy underneath, I think. There we go. And they kind of pop in. And this is easily removable. So is this. But wow, this guy, oh my God, I cannot wait for the last arm. So here, I'll take this off real quick. I want to make him look a little menacing. I think when he's like this, he almost looks like he's smiling. He doesn't look scary to me. This guy back on. Measure up those plugs, and there we got Nemesis with one arm left to go. Come on, Cyclops, you can't get here soon enough. Oh, buddy. All right, we got to move along here. All right, just a quick run through with the accessories here. He does not come with the cup. So we got the sword, which was repainted with a black handle as opposed to a gold one. We got the extra head here, which is kind of the more calm head. Almost has a Todd Nyauk kind of feel to it, but again, there's that red thing that goes over his left eye. And it's on the other figure, or on the other head as well, but yes, that is the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler. You get a nice little range of hands. We got the two fists down here. We got one that's just an open hand. We got a kind of a grippy hand. I had to pull out the fingers for him to hold onto this cup. And then we got a really tight grip hand, which we could have used from our previous Nightcrawler offerings, but we didn't, but now we do. So he holds that sword very tight. I really like this figure a lot. It is a repaint. Everything is a repaint or a remake. It's both the heads are from previous ones. The body is from the X-Men 97 Nightcrawler because it's all pinless. Articulation-wise, what you'd expect. He is a leaner, slimmer figure, but he's got the butterflies, tricep cut, double jointed at the elbow, swivel and pivot at the wrist, stomach crunch, swivel at the waist, does the splits, thigh cut, double jointed knees, and no boot cut, but a very, very movable, posable ankle rocker. Look at that. So, this is a nice figure. I dig it. I dig the paint. I know it's a different Nightcrawler that we all know and love. He's a grimmer, more brutal Nightcrawler, I guess. But he was kind of the funny guy in the Age of Apocalypse. But when he comes to the 616, he's like the dark version, you know? So, I think he joins X-Force and goes and tries to find, I think it's the Death Seed or whatever it is, and it's to prevent Archangel from turning into Apocalypse. I kind of touched on that during the Gambit figure review, the one from the same wave. I did that review yesterday. So, because it's a repaint, I don't want to give it a 4, which is pretty high marks for me. I'm going to give it a 3.8. You know, the tail is not bendy. It kind of just bounces back to its regular, normal curvature. But that would be nice if someday soon, maybe the next offering, it's a bendy wire in there. He is slim, but he is really dope. And I really do want that smiling Nightcrawler face. We've gotten the angry one. We've gotten the kind of calm one. I don't know if that's calm. He's looking pretty intense there. And then we got the one I'll show you in comparisons. The one that's kind of got it. He's gritting his teeth. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's smiling, but I want a big smiling, like jokester, prankster, Nightcrawler head sculpt. That would be nice. Like the sword, accessories, great. So yeah, it's a 3.8. And we're just gonna move right into comparisons here. Move these guys off to the side. Move Nightcrawler over, and first we're gonna bring in the other Nightcrawlers. Now I have a third one, now a fourth one, but he's staying up on the shelf for now, and he is actually the exact same one as this. Ooh, look at his knees buckling. Come on. So yeah, this is a great figure. You see he's got the sword with the gold handles. This was an earlier offering. It's still got the pins and the knees as well as the elbows. Same exact tail pretty much. The new one might be a little longer. But yeah, same torso, same everything, pretty much. And then we got the X-Men 97 version, which is all pinless. I'm not sure about that hair. Poofy is cool. I would have liked a different hairdo, but this is just, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking on that. But the face with the shadowing's cool. Pinless is cool. I don't think he came with a sword, though. So there you go. We're going to bring in some Age of Apocalypse guys that were mates with NIGHTCRAWLER. And we got Sunfire. Always like this figure. I like all the flame effects. I gotta have this guy up and flying. I haven't busted out all of my stands yet, and this guy definitely goes on a stand. Both my Sunfires. I love them both, but I don't know. I think I prefer this one. This one's sick. Now, and this actually reminds me, this is kind of what the earlier Nemesis looked like. He was like a skeleton inside of this like big yellow husk, and it was translucent, and there was a lot of fire. So this kind of reminds me of that, the way they portrayed that character, but also the earlier, I think, Build-A-Figure, reminiscent of this. All right, we got Sunfire. With Sunfire, we got to bring in Iceman. We need a new Iceman, a regular Iceman. This one's okay, but it just seems like these like ice characters where all the plastic is like translucent and whatever, they seem very gummy. This guy's holding on, but they got kind of the same legs. They seem a little hardened. They're not as gummy, but that first Iceman, oh God, from like 10 years ago, it might have been the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave, but wow, that Marvel Legends has come a long way. I sold that thing, but damn, that thing was just, it was ugly. The thigh joints up here were just like dropping out, and they weren't supposed to, and he was gummy and would just kind of fall over his ankles. He would just go, like he was melting. Iceman's melting. All right, let's get these guys back here a little bit. Iceman's gonna be melting now. See, now he's falling down. All right, we need some ice effects too. I'm gonna bring in this Sentinel. I really like these, the Sentinel 2-packs. I got 2 of them. I love them. They look cool, just like the video games, and that's kind of why I busted out this rock. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw the Sentinel in for comparisons, and I did that. And I used the rock as well. Can you smell the rock? All right. Last but not least, we're gonna bring in some X-Force chums. A pair of characters that I think we're gonna have to get new versions of. And that is Domino and Wolverine. We are getting a new Warpath. We are getting a new X-23 or Laura X. We got the Nightcrawler, and we're getting a new Archangel. So does that mean new Wolverine, new Domino? I think this Domino is a really nice figure. But again, the female figures of old, you got the knees buckling. This stuff kind of warps out, and I can kind of see it, but every time I like mess with it, I kind of bend it back and try to get it fixed. But I like this figure. I love the character. I gave her some guns from, I can't remember, probably G.I. Joe. That's a Snake Eyes gun. I'm not sure what this one is though. But I love these. Maybe the Tomax and Zaymot, perhaps. All right. So I gave him the 3.8. He's a good figure. Only one more piece to go, and that's Cyclops, and I can't wait to do the Cyclops review because he's got that blast effect, and I'm a Cyclops nut. I really am. And then we can finish off this guy, Nemesis. So hey guys, please like, subscribe, comment, and I love you. Rock on. All right, later.